This ever happen to you? You try and play a tabletop RPG and just get bogged down by all the complicated rules, everything you need, playing the game. Just everything seems a little too overwhelming for you, and you must think, there's gotta be an easier way to get my fantasy fix with my friends in a board game form. Well, I'm here to tell you about a special thing that'll solve all your problems. Hi, Chucky Walker here. You want to play a board game with your friends that's really fantasy-based? You get to pick your own classes, races, a hybrid abomination, get loot, kill monsters, and save the day and win in the end, bend the rules a bit, make fun of some fantasy tropes, and the game eventually dissolves into you stabbing each other in the back for the best loot? Aside from every other tabletop RPG out here, I'm telling you about a new game. Not really a new game, but I'm here to tell you, it's new to this channel, I guess, Munchkin! Wow! Whoa, look at it. Look at it shine. Look at the box. Now, I know what you're thinking. Chucky Walker, you're a Dungeons & Dragons YouTuber. What are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? Go back to making Dungeons & Dragons funnies, you imbecile, you moron, you bumbling buffoon! What are you doing? Get back to the Dungeons & Dragons content! Dance for me, you monkey! And I'm here to tell you, I am a free man and I will make what I want. Also, since Critical Role has their own Munchkin edition coming out, I figured I'd talk about this for those who may not know what Munchkin is. It's a fun game in the old archaic times when you could play with other people in person. It's crazy, right? Because this is a game meant for at least 3 to 6 people where you just get to have a quick old fun fantasy romp, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm excited to play it one day in the future. So in this video, I'll be explaining what is Munchkin, what do you do, why do you stab your friends so much? Cheating's legal in this game? What? And I'm here to tell you about all that. But first, before we fully get into the video, only like 10% of you are subscribed. That's a shame. For this easy deal, you can get all my more content if you just hit that red button and subscribe. Do it! Do it! And without further ado, I'm going to show you how Munchkin works in my expert demonstration station. Ooh. Welcome, Fallen Monk here from his floor. Because this room's so small, I can hardly fit a table in it. And last time I put a table in here in a video, I spent over half the recording time wrestling with the said table. So I'm going to do it from the floor, as my human Goliath form tries to fit into frame. This won't be a problem at all. Let's get into the game. As you see here, we have a board, and oh look! Slinging the box around while talking mixed up everything. Who would have thought? Now that I got everything organized, I can actually go into the pieces you have. What comes in the Munchkin Deluxe pack, which I'd recommend you get, is pretty simple. All it is the board, which you play any Munchkin game, I would recommend having the board, because it becomes very easy to cheat in the game. I'll explain more of that later. The actual pieces, you have color-coordinated pieces for both guy and girl Munchkins, whichever works best for you, you pick it. And there is treasure cards and door cards. You also get a special D6. That isn't in the box. Michael, if it's at your house, I still know where you hide the keys. I will find my D6. I am a complete dice goblin, and I will not stand for this. So how the normal game starts out is you get a bunch of your friends together. The game recommends 3 to 6. I think you could play it with 2, but it would be a very back and forth aggressive game. It's good to have that third person to just make the other people focus on while you gather your massive horde to be ready to crush everyone at the end of the game. Now, how a normal game starts is first you roll a dice to see who goes first. And you roll this D6 and that will determine who goes first. I rolled a 6, so I'm going first. Beat it, nerds. I actually did. That was kind of cool. And how it works is each person gets dealt out 4 cards. 4 from the door pile and 4 from the treasure pile. Now, there are certain cards that actually function as equipment in the game. As you'll see, they'll have a specific hand or item they go to. As right now, I have drawn a cloak, flaming armor, a rapier of unfairness, and a broadsword. So, How it would work is is when everyone gets their cards, what you do is you automatically play all the ones that apply to you. There's level up cards that you can automatically get yourself a level up with. You put all your equipment cards down. And how it works is basically each equipment has a bonus on it. And for each bonus you have, plus your level, that's how strong you are. So starting out, I'm level 1, and currently I have a bonus of +6 from my 2 pieces of armor that I can use. Because the rapier is only be able to use by elves, and the broadsword is only be able to use by females. So, how this works is, at the start of your turn, what you do is you draw a card. And if you drew a monster card, you automatically have to fight that monster. Let's just use a card I have from my hand as an example. As I will have to fight a level 2 gelatinous octahedron, which is literally a D8. As I said, a lot of fantasy references. And what it is a level 2. So that means that it's his power level. But if I had to fight the level 18 Squidzilla, that basically means I would have to exceed 18. So, obviously I don't. But what I could do is if I have any cards in my hand that would help me, I'd be able to use it into combat. Like if I had a potion that gave me a +5 to my strength, I could use it. Or another thing you can do, and this is where it gets tricky, you can't make alliances in the game. As in, someone could use their bonuses on either the monster or you if they really want to screw you over. But you could also get an alliance with people in the party. Just kind of have that unity of, hey, I'll help you if you help me. And that's where the game could get tricky when you get alliances and backstabbings like that. Because how it works is when you beat the monster, there's a certain amount of treasures on each monster, which says at the bottom is how you get. And also you gain levels. You gain a base level for any monster, but big ones like Squidzilla, you sometimes get 2 if it specifies. So I'll move up to 3 if I beat Squidzilla and got help, or I just move up by 1, and that'll increase my bonus as well. The goal of this game is to be the first person to reach level 10. That means you win when you get level 10. So the entire game is you are competing against everyone in the party, but working with them, but not enough to give them an edge just to be able to reach level 10. So each turn it goes, since I was the first one to go, the person who rolled second highest, it would move in their direction. And then it would be their turn to kick in the door. And after you beat the monster, that's the end of your turn. But there's other things you could draw. Like, for example, sometimes you kick in the door and it's just a card you can equip to your hand, or it's a curse. If you draw a curse, the curse is automatically applied to you. So what happens then is if you don't fight monsters or do anything on your turn, what you can do is loot the room. And that basically means you draw a door card and add it automatically to your hand. And you can use that later. There is a lot of other cards that give really specific bonuses and really specific things. Just depends on where you are. But those are some of the basics. Now, what I need to talk about is the most backstabbing part of all. Cheating is legal, to an extent. Because that is a legal rule in the game. You can look it up. If you cheat and you get away with it for an entire round, it becomes a legal move. That is why I recommend the board the most. Because when we played it in college and we didn't have the board, people would just write they had a higher level. And if they got away with it for a round, they were a higher level. So it's an automatic way to really coup de grace. So we kind of set some homebrew rules ourselves of just basically, you can't cheat yourself to level 10 and automatically win. That wouldn't be fair. And if you cheat and you're caught doing it, essentially you go down a level. You can't go below 1, of course, but it was just a way to deter people from cheating, because we had people that would just cheat every 5 seconds for the one time that they would get away with it. And various examples I've seen of cheating is people taking other people's cards, drawing extra treasure cards, drawing extra door cards, literally hiding cards away. And yeah, that is some techniques that I may or may not have used. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not my wife who literally at the start of every Munchkin game tells all of our friends what my secret techniques are. You still haven't beat me yet. Does it feel good? Throwing me under the bus and still lose? Does it? That is about all I can think of saying for some of the basics of Munchkin. It is very fun. I would highly recommend it. The Deluxe one, I think, is a really good one to start with. But since I'm done doing this demonstration part, I'm going to get up. Hi, Chucky Walker with feeling back in his legs. Now, wasn't that a fun game? Those are just some of the general basics of the game. If that sounds interesting to you, I would highly recommend it. It is a ton of fun and honestly great. I was planning on playing that on stream with my friends. That didn't get to happen. Maybe I'll do a stream of it and let you know one day. I'll link it in the description if it ever happens. Now, maybe you're thinking, maybe fantasy ain't for me. I'm a Shadowrunner edge boy like the cool boy I am, RAR XD. So I'm going to tell you, there's other things for you. All you creepy little culty boys, there's Munchkin Cthulhu. A lot of fun, even more backstabby. And there's also even more themed ones, kind of like Critical Role. In particular, I have Munchkin X-Men. I've read it, it seems neat. I haven't got to play it yet. Let me go outside and play, please! And since this game does take a lot of heavy inspiration from D&D, I'm interested to see how the Critical Role one turns out. I'm excited to play it. One day. But for now, I think that'll be it. I would say, ask me if you want me to do any board game reviews, but aside from this and Battleship, that's really the only board games I play. Does Jenga count? I play Jenga a good bit. That's how we keep my family from fighting when we're having family get-togethers. We get them concentrated on Jenga, as the tower represents our fragile little conversation about to dissolve and tumble down. But either way, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and for 2 easy payments of $19.99, you can't get nothing. I'm not making money at this. This is just something I do for fun. I don't know. I don't know